Hi there, I'm Joey.
I'm Jacob.
And we are watching Star Trek for the first time. Last time on Star Trek, Nazis. And,
Nazis.
Nazis. It was not as exciting as we make it sound.
Yes.
But no, it was actually a really good episode. I love that.
Very
So today we're watching one called By Any Other Name. Yeah, I've learned not to try to gain anything from these titles, especially after Return to Tomorrow. I've learned to just start kicking myself in the ass if I start assuming things about titles. So this is called By Any Other Name, and I guess that's it. We're gonna get into post-episode thoughts in a second. Be sure to join us then. We are about to watch By Any Other Name. I underestimate the title game of this show sometimes. It was actually really relevant. It was really cool, and I really like this. This was cool.
Definitely fun to watch.
Yeah, it had a really slow start though, I think.
The start was slow.
It took a while to get going.
It sets up a different kind of episode than the one that it ends on, I think.
Most definitely. Also, the solution to the episode is just really simple, and something that Kirk literally suggests at the start of the episode.
Right.
He's like, we could just take you guys to the Federation, and everything can be okay for the most part, as long as you aren't terrorists there. And and at first they're like, no, that's a terrible idea. We're gonna take over your ship instead. And then Kirk just suggests this again, pretty much in the exact same way at the end of the episode. And they're like, you would do that for us? It's like, yes.
I mean,
obviously.
The big difference is they all go through character growth.
I suppose. Every one of these people have their own little character arcs. You know, Rojan finds out that I don't know what is his arc. Rojan,
he gets jealous because of the arc
he gets jealous. Was it Kalinda gets
Kalinda?
Yeah, Kalinda gets the biggest one. No. The biggest one belongs. I can't think of his name. The guy that Scotty gets assigned to.
Right.
I'm kind of sad we don't see Scotty after he passes out on the floor towards the end.
No. I like to think that Scotty in a drunken stupor is just gonna lay there until they get back to the Starfleet. Drunk James Doohan acting is so good. I want to watch more of that. That was so good. Very fun. A lot of this episode was pretty fun, but like I said, very slow start, I think. Mm-hmm. They have the Rojan and Kalinda have these little devices that can freeze people or whatever. Neural neutralizers. It stops them from moving voluntarily. Yeah, they freeze Kirk, Spock, McCoy, and the two red shirts that they brought down with them. Everyone does a fine job except for Shatner. Shatner's still you can see him breathing really heavily and moving still as it's all going on. It's come on, DeForest Kelly is mid finger pointing and he's holding completely still. Anyway, also something that I feel was forgotten about immediately after it happened was the murder of the one yeoman that happened down on that planet. Yeah, that happened murder of the styrofoam yeoman, completely forgotten.
Yeah, I loved those little cube things, the little just styrofoam cube things that they just poked a bunch of holes into, and it was just really funny to me. I don't know, I loved it. Speaking of really fun things in this episode, the various kind of games that we see they have on the Enterprise. Right. We do 4D chess, and that made another appearance here. We had, it seemed like 4D checkers. Yeah.
It was definitely a checkerboard with raised areas.
Yeah, and it got fucking demolished at the end of the last fight between Kirk and Rojan.
Just destroyed.
Yeah, and then there were just these playing cards on the table that were just circles instead of rectangles, and they were just regular playing cards, but they were circles.
They were circles.
And it was really fucking stupid. I love it.
I don't know why they felt the need to change playing cards.
I don't know. But I love it. It was great. I love the scene pretty early on when Spock is he has to go into the trance to pretend that he's sick. Yeah. So he could get back on the Enterprise. Just cool thing about Vulcans, but also just has that been mentioned before? Actually, the trance.
They mentioned it once.
I think it's been mentioned before. Was it in Shore Leave? Maybe.
Yeah, that
because they were talking about they did the same comparison here, instead of your traditional vacations that you humans take.
I just kind of zone out for a while and I'm nice and refreshed.
Yeah, but cool thing about Vulcans, but also just a really funny scene because Leonard Nimoy just starts falling over, and I love DeForest Kelly there. Just I don't know, just his facial acting is just really fun. DeForest Kelly is always just wonderful. I love him so much. I've been bringing it up so much in season 2, but he really is one of the very best things about this show.
He makes scenes that are like him and just another character or two.
Mm-hmm. But hey, on callbacks to previous episodes,
Yes.
we see the galactic barrier in this, which is apparently the line between our galaxy and Andromeda.
Or I guess our galaxy and literally everything else.
Yeah, but it's the same barrier. It's meant to be the same barrier because I looked it up. I wanted to be sure. I was like, is that the thing from Where No Man Has Gone Before? And it's the thing from Where No Man Has Gone Before. And I thought that was really cool, actually.
Right. It was very neat.
Yeah, to reuse that idea. And I don't know, man. I just got thinking about Where No Man Has Gone Before and just how much I love that episode. And it was the first time I was really like blown away by Star Trek. And now, holy shit, we're over 50 episodes into this thing.
Yeah.
I think, was it just last one? The last one was our 50th episode.
Yes.
Patterns of Force.
That sounds correct.
So we're over 50 episodes into this show. And wow, it does not feel like we've been doing that much of it. Like,
no, it's been a breeze, generally speaking.
Yeah, it's been really wonderful. I love this.
The only time the
experience.
show has ever dragged is when an episode is just truly bad.
Yeah. Which honestly,
is pretty rare.
What was our last actually bad episode? If I can like try. I mean, I didn't love Private Little War. That wasn't great.
No, that wasn't great. But if we skip that one.
Oh, Triskelion. Gamesters of
God.
Triskelion. That was ugh. You could probably hear me flipping through my notes there. Yeah, Gamesters of Triskelion was pretty bad. But anyway, back to this episode. There's actually not that much more to talk about. I loved
It's a lot of just having these aliens experience human emotions, essentially.
Mm-hmm. There was actually this one little side plot that got kind of dropped, where Scotty and Spock came up with this like suicide mission for them, like to stop them from like crossing the galactic barrier.
Right, because the galactic barrier is all negative energy, so if they flood the ship with positive energy, it would explode.
Yeah, and they want like Kirk to be the one to pull the trigger because he has to be because he's the captain or whatever.
Right.
And he doesn't do it, and then they just never bring that up again. There are a lot of things in this episode that just like happen and are never brought up again. Because like, surely the whole reason that Scotty gets that guy drunk and steals his devices that he could freeze Rojan and Kalinda and all the others, right?
Yeah.
But nothing ever happens with that. Scotty gets the device successfully, and then he just passes out, and we never see him again in the episode.
I also think the whole point is that I think the idea was that they'd all become overwhelmed and they would take over by force.
I guess.
But since Kirk resolved it peacefully,
peace, love, and understanding, specifically the love. And getting Kalinda to understand.
Yeah, but you obviously know what I mean. It's like the forcefulness of the initial plan wasn't strictly necessary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah, it was great. I don't know, I enjoyed this. No, I think not one of our like absolute best episodes, but it's just a really strong outing overall.
Definitely something. If I want like a fun episode, I'll put this one on, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, again, it's a very slow start. It takes a while to get going, I think.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely true.
But other than that, I really enjoyed this. So I guess that was By Any Other Name. Be sure to join us next week when we continue Star Trek: The Original Series. Until then, this has been Joey Morgan.
I'm Jacob.
Goodbye.